This is my friend Vanessa. You've seen her before, I expect. Right, now I've been asked, but it's a bit of a challenge, I suppose. I've been asked to solve a problem for someone who has a very, very small studio. So I'm going to do a portrait, or try and do a portrait of Vanessa in a very small space. But the condition is to lose the shadow on the background as much as I can. Let's try and get on. Right, now let's see how we can get on. It's very restricted here. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's about that much from the background. So I'm going to firstly turn this. Now, to me, it's obvious that that light is too near the front anyway. I wouldn't light anything like that. So I'm going to bring it from the side. Now, you're going to say, he's cheating, he's cheating. Well, I'm not. I'm going to do a nice light, I hope, on her and the background. Well, already, by moving the light from there, we've actually got rid of the background. But what's it like on her? Well, I'll have to get nearer the camera to have a look. But you're not going to tell me that it's as easy as that, because he seemed to have problems. Well, we're in an interesting position now. It's starting to look okay. This, I like, I like the general light. Here we have a problem because it's too dark. Now, I don't know, maybe it's nice like that, but I think my brief actually is to try and make an even background. So what I'm going to do is bring in a piece of polystyrene and just light the background like that. Now that, of course, throws light on the other side of her face. So all this is controllable by how much I turn that. So I think, we're getting on. Let's get back to a close-up of her. Now I've got my light on the right-hand side in place, so my background's pretty even. But, of course, it's lighting this side of her face, which I think would be nicer if it was really in shadow. So what I've got to do is bring something in that will shadow it. Now, it can be a black card, it can be a piece of polystyrene like I've got. Now, we can shadow her as much as we like and keep that background really nice. And that just goes where we want it. Now, I can cut the light really as much as I want. And then I can put it back with a little reflector. So now we've got that nice dark side, nice bright side here, but I personally would like to see a little more contrast. So what I'm going to do is bring the light in closer. Again, it has very, very little effect on the background, but the closer in I get that light, the more contrast I'm going to have her in her face. Now, I've got a nice little light under the eye. So, and I've got a nice, if we should see them, I've got a very nice sort of light there. So it shows, but you see how just moving the light that little bit makes an awful lot of difference. And this, of course, is the problem when we're using speed lights. Now, of course, we can bring back, with a reflector, we can bring back a little bit in the eyes, the face, or anything we want. Now, that can be a white reflector, a gold reflector, it could be anything we want. But look at those eyes come out. But anyway, she's not real. Shame, isn't it? Because she doesn't talk. Anyway, we do what we want, and the background doesn't have a shadow. Now, of course, what we could do is put the side light direct. And what happens then? If we drop there, it doesn't affect too much the background, but we can just shadow half of the face. If it's too hard or not hard enough, we just change the light source. But it's an interesting technique to look at. I'm not going to do it in this situation, of course, but it's fun. Well, I've changed the pictures to black and white because I think we see a lot better the change in light and contrast. Now, all these are with exactly the same light. Nothing's moved apart from a reflector and a black card. So you can get all these results by not moving any lights at all. So it does help in a small space. The space we've got here, 3 meters by 3.5. I've just measured, everything is in there. And I've got big light stands, believe me. Merci, Vanessa. Thank you. Bye.